I thought NiJaree pitched tremendous ball game. 7 strikeouts, no walks. I thought she was really, really good. And we just did, to me, the difference in the game was we didn't put the game away. We had the game 1-0, but you know, a team like Texas with that great offense and that much speed and ways they can put the ball in play, it'll eventually catch you if you just let them hang around 1-0. I didn't feel urgency to put the game away. And I think we missed an opportunity or two that, not on purpose, but we just missed an opportunity or two that proved pivotal in the end. And then we get 2 out in the 6th, I believe. I thought the first line drive, I thought we could have been aggressive and made that catch pretty easy. It's something we've talked about all year, how important it is to be able to dive for balls and attack balls. I thought that was a play that should have been made, a routine play. And then the next ball was a ball in front of the second baseman. I have to look, and we were out of position. I was kind of surprised when it fell. I felt like that ball was a little pop-up. And I'm assuming we were deep, but I have to look at that. So then you got 2 runners on, and we made the decision to walk Atwood. And I guess we had a ball that was close enough she could get her bat on it, and I think she hit it when we weren't expecting it. But with all that said, they got 2 runs, and we lost 2-1. I think you got to give her credit to Atwood there. She wanted to play ball. She wanted to make a play. And she made a difference in the game at a time when we were trying to take her out of the game. And I think that's really a huge thing when you look at the game is, you know, you could see when people wanted to really make plays, and you could see when athletes were more tentative. And I think you got to tip your hat to Texas. They were really aggressive at the end, and they got the win 2-1.
Okay, we'll start questions for players. Second row right, Jake.
Jake Trotter, ESPN. NiJaree, I believe that was your first intentional walk attempt all season. Could you take us through the challenge of trying to execute that play in this type of setting?
Yeah, there's no challenge. I made that mistake. I think that loss is on me, and I apologize to my.
Lauren Marola, The Athletic. NiJaree, can you confirm that was your first intentional walk called throughout your college career? And if not, do you remember a time before that was called as a play for you?
No, it wasn't. But also, I'm a college pitcher. I'm a junior now. I should be able to do that. So that's not an excuse.
Time for one more. Right, that'll wrap things up for the players. Thank you guys for dismissal. Okay, we'll start with front row left here with David.
David Collier, ABC Lubbock. Coach, can you take us through the decision to go with the intentional walk of Atwood?
Yeah, I don't want to, with the base open, I don't want to pitch to what I think may be the best hitter in the country. You know, it made sense to me, it made sense to load the bases. Let's go to the 4-hole. Let's don't take a chance. She got clutch hit after clutch hit after clutch hit all her career. And, you know, maybe it was the wrong decision. Maybe we should have went at her. But I just wanted to go to the 4-hole with the bases loaded. Then you got to force out at every single base. Anything gets mishit, you got a little bit better chance of having a play, I think. And make the 4-hole beat you instead of the star.
Okay, we stay front row left, Brady.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. Is that something that is practiced with NiJaree at all, intentionally walking and such?
You know, I just told Tara, I said, well, if we don't practice intentional walk once a week, maybe we learn something we better write in our book for next year. I really don't know how often they practiced it. And I'm sitting here listening. I didn't realize it was their first intentional walk all year. You think about it, I guess we haven't, you know. I know we pitched around people, and maybe I should have just said pitch around her, because we definitely have pitched around several people this year, but we didn't stand up. And maybe that was a coaching error on my part.
Okay, we'll stay front row left.
Thomas Jones, Austin, American Statesman. Gerry, earlier in the week you said, I'm not going to go down, you know, without having my best ace in the circle. So are you going to lean on NiJaree tomorrow?
We'll see how she feels tomorrow. You know, she's got a lot left in her career. I think first and foremost, we got to wake up tomorrow. We'll do pregame. We'll do early hitting tomorrow. We didn't hit this morning. The girls said they were tired. they wanted the morning off, and I let them have the morning off. But we'll definitely hit tomorrow morning, and we'll see how everybody feels at that. And if she doesn't feel good, and she's gonna want the ball. If you know NiJaree, she's not gonna complain. She's not gonna tell you. We'll have to really dig, and hopefully the trainer can get her to, to communicate enough that he'll get a good assessment. But I think I want to win, but I want to be sure we leave this season healthy for the.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. Just Reese, obviously those first 3 pitches of the intentional walk were close. Were you prepared to swing? Did you want to swing, knowing that it's probably the flattest pitch you'll ever get from NiJaree Canady? Can you kind of walk us through that?
Yeah, the first pitch, I think she kind of left a little, and I was like, oh. And so then after that, I was just like looking for something just a little bit. I mean, that game's really tight, and I knew I was going to have to take a risk to try and do something for my team. Props to NiJaree, because she definitely kept us real tight throughout that game. She's a great pitcher, and I saw my opportunity, and I took it.
Right, we go second row right to Jake.
Yeah, Reese, did you know on the first pitch that you might, if something was close, that you were going to take a swing at it? And is that your call to make that decision to swing when you're trying to be intentionally walked?
I've never had to I've never had that happen to me, so I'm not sure. Or like I've had intentional walks, but I've never had one that was actually like over the plate a little bit. And the first one was, so at that point I was like, let me just be on time, and if I react, I know she had slowed down a little bit, so I knew I had time to react to something, and I was just gonna make sure I was on time in case it was over the plate.
Okay, we go front row left.
Thomas Jones, Austin American Statesman. Reese and Tegan, on that obstruction call, what did you guys see from your angle? And when they ruled her safe, what was going through your minds?
It's a tough call. I'm just really proud of how the team responded to it. So that's all that matters. I feel like we were kind of fired up after that, and we got the momentum going on from there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out of the way. I didn't see what happened.
I'm Parker Coleman, KView. Reese, for you, sorry, going back to that 3-0 pitch, you said that everybody was fired up after that obstruction call. Did that fire you up too? How did that fuel that AB?
Yeah, it definitely did. I think a lot of plays in that game fired me up. It's the World Series, it's a championship, so little things like that it's tight, especially when you're facing a good pitcher. So any momentum, any energy we'll take, we'll get it.
Okay, front row right.
Cedric Golden, Austin American Statesman for Caden and Tegan. Reese was 0 for 10 before that hit. I'm sorry to bring that up, Reese, but good timing on the hit. What was your confidence level with her up with runners aboard?
I think it stays the same. It's Reese Atwood at the plate. I don't care if she had struck out 10 times before that. If I was pitching to her, I wouldn't want to. And so no confidence drop at all.
Yeah, I agree. She's an All-American for a reason, 2 times at this point, and the confidence never goes down with Reese. She's a competitor, she's a hard worker, and at the end of the day, it just kind of was going to take just one swing, and she took it.
She was 0 for 10, and then they were intentionally walking her, so I think that says it too.
Right, we'll go second row right, back to Jake.
This is for all the players. So earlier this tournament, you all overcame Oklahoma. Tonight, you overcame the controversial obstruction call, and then you overcome NiJaree. Do you sense a collective resiliency with this team going into, potentially the game to win the national championship?
Yeah, for sure. That's instilled in our culture, resiliency. Coach White always harps on that, and it's definitely something that every person on this team has. We never stop fighting. It's Texas fight, and it'll always be there.
Yeah, I think getting the first one was big for us, and I think that's a huge piece of it. It's going to help us going forward, and so I think we never give in. I think even when we'd come together, we were always talking about just fighting to the end. If you have an out, you have a chance. So.
Yeah, this team has dealt with adversity this whole entire season. We dealt with a lot of us came back, and we had adversity last year. So I think it was just coming together, fighting for each other, and just being the team that we have been this whole entire season.